The lesbian, gay, bisexual and transgender or LGBT community makes up less than 2% of the Australian population. In a study conducted by La Trobe University that surveyed students who identify as LGBT, it was found that 60% had experienced verbal abuse and 30% had experienced physical abuse, mostly having been experienced in school.
You can't run away from words like fear of fag and things like go kill yourself and stuff. And the thing is that they then feel like it's them that are the problem because you can't really fix this if you're LGBT.
Dr. Tinashe June, whose research and publications focus on sexual marginalisation, experiences of sexuality, sexual health and well-being, claims that many LGBT students experience psychological turmoil due to living in a heteronormative society.
There's a high rate of self-harm, unfortunately high rates of suicide, high rates of drug abuse and alcohol misuse. And sometimes, these young people often get the sense that there's no one there for them. I think institutionalized acceptance of people who are LGBTI is quite important because it normalizes who they are. Instead of them being this subset of people who just exist elsewhere. It's kind of like, well, they're just like everybody else and come on in.
Due to this evidence, Burwood Girls High School places a high importance on creating an all-inclusive environment so that LGBT students feel safe, supported and welcome. The school sports the rainbow flag, which is a common symbol of LGBT pride, and a group called True Colours has been formed, where members openly discuss LGBT issues.
We help our school sort of get the point across that LGBT community is out there and it's also in our school community and it's not just sort of outside in the real world.
If I had not joined this group or went to another school that didn't have this group, I wouldn't have this confidence that I actually have, not just with sexuality, everything.
Under the New South Wales Anti-Discrimination Act, it is unlawful for educational authorities to refuse admission to or expel a student for being gay, lesbian or transgender. However, private schools and colleges are explicitly exempt from this law, as it is acknowledged that these institutions wish to uphold their religious ethos. Despite this, many groups are now actively working to end the segregation between the LGBT community and religious institutions, one of these being the Open Door Community of Christ, a congregation who say their mission is to celebrate God's love for all, including the sexually diverse.
A friend of mine next door to me at Londonderry, he said, there's this church, and I said, I don't want to go to church because I don't like it, And anyway, I did come once, and when I was here, they were very lovely people, and they hugged me and accepted me just as I am, who I was. And I got to know God. I've been coming for 15 years, and I've got to know God as He is meant to be known, as God is love.
Statistics suggest that as time progresses, society on a global scale is becoming more accepting of the LGBT community, and it can be said that social equality in all areas, including the right to marriage, is the goal one day soon to be achieved.
The day when that happens, I'm just gonna throw a massive party and then just cry. Finally, I have faith in humanity.
I say to you all, open up your eyes, open up your mind, open up your soul and heart and welcome them in, because at the end of the day, they are a human being, they are a person, be respected by everybody else.